Interflora has done weddings for like the largest weddings that has happened in India.
It was the biggest wedding.
Were you prepared for the large scale of that event?
Honestly, we didn't realize when it was happening that what is coming on our way.
Do you guys book private planes or jets?
It was almost a plane full of flowers that came. Then we went out to all the artisans and we were like, whatever you can make, we are ready to buy it.
When you joined IGP, what was the reaction of your friend? Mali बनने जा रहा है, फूल बेचेगा.
I know.
I'm sorry क्योंकि ये इंडिया है.
यार हमारे ग्रुप में ऐसे ही है, कोई चाय बेच रहा है.
What was the thought process behind it? Why did you choose IGP?
I think for every consumer, a bouquet meant कि आज bouquet आया कल डस्टबिन में जाएगा. How we are different from maybe others is
A founder has to get their hands dirty to actually understand the problem क्या है. Was it worth taking the bet?
So we did Ranbir Alia at their house. We did Sid Kiara reception.
Do you guys sit with the celebrities and do this, or how does it work? How was Anant Ambani's wedding? That has been the talk of town still.
Mother's Day is equal to Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the number of orders that we deliver on 14th of Feb is equal to. But yeah, the complaint rates are 2 times in Valentine's Day.
Oh really? और ऐसा होता है कि एक बंदा 3-4 लड़कियों को flowers भेज रहा होता है. Do you guys see that data? What has been your biggest nightmare when it comes to wedding decoration? Tell us that. My guest today is Ankur Gupta, the man driving India's most exciting gifting revolution. As COO at Joint Ventures, he's behind brands like IGP Interflora and the country's leading gifting platform, Muska, the bold new name in gourmet indulgence. From scaling emotions into experiences to turning food into a brand story, Ankur's been rewriting how India celebrates. Let's dive into the business of joy, strategy, and everything in between. Thank you so much, Ankur, for being here on Find Out with Raginivarma. Ankur, if you know, is the COO of Joint Ventures. In Joint Ventures, we have multiple house of brands, and we are going to talk about that also. Ankur, thank you so much for being here, and please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you so much, Ragini. Very much stoked to be here and share my views here. So me, I am IIT Bombay graduate, did my investment banking. Obviously, the startup wave was coming up. So did a startup which got acquired by Joint Ventures, and that's how, yeah.
What was your startup before this?
It was called Artisan Guild.
Okay.
We were selling handicrafts, fashion jewelry, all these things online.
Swadeshi, made in India. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, we started that, and IGP acquired it, and that's how we got on board. And it's been now more than 10 years.
Wow.
Building
a decade.
Yes, a decade.
And how did you come to realize that जब आपने अपना startup बेचा, and if people who are watching, when you're selling your startup, what was the thought process behind it? Why did you choose IGP as the front runners in?
I think the values were very very similar. While we were also focused on handicrafts, Indian-made things, and these were actually a good gifting item as well. And we used to promote ourselves at that point in time that, these are very good gifting items. And fashion jewelry also that we were selling, that was also used. The gifting was a very good use case for it. तो हमको लगा यार हमारे values काफी match हो रहे हैं, and they also were working with a lot of artisans too. So for example, Rakhi was pretty big back then as well, and
a decade back.
Yeah, it was.
So online. So now let me go back a little bit, Ankur. Online gifting. आपने you sold to Artisan Guild to IGP. IGP happened, and then you became the CEO of the company, right? What did IGP start with in terms of the first product catalog? क्या था आप लोगों का?
So I think we were selling everything. It was flowers, cakes, a lot of gift merchandise, right? That we were selling. We were very big on Rakhi, Diwali, and other Indian occasions. So
10 साल पहले भी लोग online order, they trusted IGP? Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of international customers were. So IGP का जो start हुआ था एकदम. So it was the NRIs who wanted to send gifts to their loved ones in India.
Okay.
So that was the use case, and still there are a lot of international customers who are coming back to us year after year and ordering stuff. So that use case had developed, but obviously once COVID also came and the online penetration, it started increasing. Obviously, we saw a huge growth, and we started focusing more on category sabtha, but we wanted to build our expertise in that category. For example, we were doing flowers, but flowers was done by a vendor network across India. Right. Back then, the importance of what you see and what you get, right, it should be same.
Right.
It was very difficult to drill down to these vendors.
हाँ, क्योंकि usually क्या होता है कि there is a fool वाला right there जो घर पे deliver करता है, and you trust that person.
Right.
And now अब आप online जा रहे हो उसको लेके.
Correct. So if someone has ordered red roses, वो भेज देगा pink carnation. Okay. Right. And nothing against them, as in they were also, because we understood later on their complexity as well. But they were sending, say, pink carnations, and they were like, flower hi to chahiye tha, and we sent flowers.
Oh, so they didn't know the importance.
Right. They didn't know the importance. We tried to educate them. We tried to do a lot of things. And then in 2016, I guess, I thought, कि यार एक बार खुद करके देखते हैं कि actual problem क्या है.
So you created your entire vendor network?
No. So the vendor network was ours only. Okay. But I thought, let me become a vendor myself.
Oh, okay.
And fulfill orders for. So we had a warehouse in Parel back then, and Dadar Mandi paas mein tha,
right,
the flower market. Yeah. So I hired a couple of florists. They used to go to the mandi every day, buy some flowers. Orders used to come. We used to make those bouquets, and in the nearby area, we used to go and deliver it, and it was happening perfectly fine. And I was like, what is the problem with it? Why are these guys not able to do it? But then we started seeing spoilage of flowers because he bought extra. We started to see that, certain flower was not available in the flower market, and the order came, and then now what to do, right? And then I started realizing, okay, so these are the problems that, the vendors are facing.
So a founder has to get their hands dirty.
Correct.
To actually understand the problem kya hai. So you guys are actually, now that you're telling this story, you are very similar to what happens in e-commerce retail space also. कि कपड़े order आ गया है, but we don't have the mechanism, we don't have the clothing, what should we do now? So how did the customers react? Suppose they wanted
Obviously they were not happy.
Okay.
Obviously they were not happy, and we tried to educate our vendors. We did a lot, but coincidentally at that point in time, Interflora was also happening.
Okay. We are going to talk about the Interflora story, but not now.
They are linked.
But so, पहले IGP में किया आपने.
So we built the whole, we realized that, we will have to do it ourselves. We also realized one more thing, in that 1 year of 2016 and 17, in that period, that that gifting is obviously different from self-consumption. Okay. Right.
This was back in
2016-17. Okay. Right.
तब तो initial days थे, right? Or was it big in Bombay? Was it not?
It was.
And you were pan-India?
We were doing via vendors, so we were pan-India.
Right.
But the idea then started cropping in because our competitors, they used to have these franchisees and retail network.
Right.
But we did not have that.
Right.
And we were also contemplating that should we go that route or should we do something else? And when we were brainstorming on that, we realized that the same thing, that self-consumption is different from gifting, right? And all this research that we did with our vendors and what our customers are feeling, we realized that, for example, if it's a pen itself, right? If you order a pen online, if it's not working or it came late or some other pen got delivered, you will go back, refund it, replace it or something, right? But say if that pen was a gift for your father with his name on it, right?
You can't refund. It's personalized.
Now it becomes, so your emotions are attached to it now, right? Now you want the pen to be delivered on that specific day with a proper writing pen with his name written properly on it.
Right.
So we did realize that until and unless we will own the inventory and the experience, we won't be able to deliver this experience.
Right. You won't be able to make your customers happy if you don't have the accountability of managing everything on your own.
Correct.
So it couldn't be outsourced.
So it couldn't be outsourced. And तब तो dark store actually term coin भी नहीं हुआ था. Dark store तो अभी आया. We started calling it some random names. Now we call them CFCs. We call them captive fulfillment centers. We have almost 80 of them across India now.
Wow.
So that's how. And then flowers. Then the next category that we wanted to crack was, say, cakes, right? While we were doing cakes, initially worked
Is this an in-house bakery you guys have?
Yes. Okay. So the way we work is that, so how we are different from maybe others is every order is made fresh, right?
Wow.
So everything is made to order, right? Nothing that we are storing. Even if it's a bouquet, it's a cake, it's a personalized product, anything, it's any hamper, so to say, everything is made to order.
Okay.
Right? That gives us that flexibility, honestly, to create anything. Right? Otherwise, it becomes a nightmare to store all these things. So with cake also, we make, I think we would be the only or very few companies in India who are
making fresh cakes.
Yes.
Every day?
Every day on order.
Really? और कितने देर पहले order करना पड़ता है? Like
no, fresh. In 10 minutes, yes. So the base is ready with us, and we put the fresh icing, fresh name, everything would be fresh.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. And I mean, you guys have all your supply chain managed thanks to the CEO of the company managing it extensively.
It's the team effort, honestly. But yes, we did. It took a lot of time, but yeah, eventually I think we have now cracked it.
Right. तो जब पहले आपने शुरू किया था, when you joined IGP, what was the reaction of your friends? माली बनने जा रहा है, फूल बेचेगा.
I know.
I'm sorry, क्योंकि ये इंडिया है.
यार हमारे ग्रुप में ऐसे ही है. कोई चाय बेच रहा है.
तो चाय वाला.
So हम फूल बेच रहे हैं, तो अभी भी बोलते ही है कि यार तेरे हो गए फूल डिलीवर, लगा के आ गया फूल सब जगह. So it happens, but I think everyone is very supportive, and everyone liked eventually, you know, it's a problem statement that was in front of us. And honestly, back then also, there were very few industries that personally I felt कि यार इसमें कुछ अलग कर सकते हैं. Right.
Yeah, because gifting is, as an industry, was very small back, like a decade
back. It was there.
Back.
Gifting has always been there. It's a very integral part of our culture.
Not online gifting, sorry.
Not online, yeah. Gifting
so,
as
let me change my term. It was online gifting in the sense कि even right now, parents को trust कराना कि आप online gift पहुंचा सकते हो. और if you remember, I remember हर दिवाली मेरे घर में कम से कम 10 डब्बे सोन पापड़ी के होते थे.
Right.
Now those have started changing. Now we have dry fruits, and we have these exotic chocolates, and there was always a Rocher box that was there, and we were so excited. But अब वो नहीं है. Now we have like more hampers.
Right.
And thanks to Karan Johar, we have this hamper thing that comes to our house, and everyone gets supremely excited, and they choose and pick their products. So
very nice.
Of course, you guys are the incumbents in this. And would you say that you're better than Ferns and Petals when it comes to? I have to ask this question. When it comes to being the best in the industry.
I don't know if we are better, but I do feel we are solving the problem very differently from what they are doing. As I said, you know, owning the complete supply chain and making sure customer gets what they have ordered, right, and in time is what we are focusing on. Honestly, we don't see a lot that what our competition is doing or what it is, but we do take it very seriously, the customer experience.
We'll talk about the customer experience, but first I want to know, from earning your first $100 to $1 million, what was the journey like? और कैसा लगा था आपको? Like जब शुरुआत थी, कितने orders आते थे शुरुआत में कि यार आज इतने ही orders आ गए, अब कितने आएंगे? And then COVID happened, of course. Did COVID hamper the business?
It did.
Was Interflora launched then? Or?
Yeah, it was launched by then.
Okay.
It was launched by then. There were some hiccups, but very soon we came together to, you know, we started following all the protocols that were there, and
people were still ordering during that time.
They wanted, as in gifting was something in those difficult times that people wanted to send.
There was an aha moment, and they were like, you know, I miss you, I remember you.
Correct. And obviously,
was that a surprise for all of you that abhi ke, you know, during that period also people wanted?
Honestly, we did think that it will happen, but it happened more than what we expected.
Okay.
Rakhi in that year was huge because obviously people were not able to travel.
Yeah.
And Rakhi was pretty huge.
So did you guys order rakhis also?
We ordered, honestly,
Can you tell us the story, what happened and how was the supply chain and ops managed during that time? It must have been really
what
difficult.
happened was, I think every year we work with a lot of artisans to get these rakhis made. Right? When we realized, and this was I think March when the COVID news started coming in, and then we went out to all the artisans and we were like, whatever you can make, we are ready to buy it.
Oh, you bought it off?
So we bought whatever they were making, and it was Tarun's idea, let's just buy everything that is getting made, because बाद में कैसे मिलेगा?
हाँ, राखी तो अगस्त में आती है और आपने मार्च में ये डिसाइड कर लिया था कि ये करना है.
Because so we bought all these rakhis, we started storing them. अब ये राखी ऑर्डर हो गया लेकिन our warehouses were shut, right? Because सब कुछ बंद हो गया था. But slowly, you know, how to get the warehouse started before Rakhi. So by May end or June, I think June, we had to follow all the protocols. Kya hai, mask, PPE kit, this, that, right? That we have to.
And the staff must have been very low, the count of the staff who are managing the warehouse also.
See, honestly, they were there. They were very supportive. We have very loyal and, you know, good team that wanted to you know, deliver.
Happiness.
Yeah, right. So they wanted to get it done. So everyone was ready. We made our team ready. A lot of people who were coordinating things were working from home. But the on-ground team, they were superb that point in time. They took all the risks, and eventually we did it.
You delivered. What was like your peak count? Do you remember the peak number? Ki yaar, ye kya ho gaya? We didn't expect.
Yeah. So see, we deliver more than 1 million rakhis during Rakhi season.
During Rakhi season?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is Rakhi season is pretty huge.
1 million rakhis. Yeah. India is, and you like across India, across
globe. We deliver to 150 countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's like a super good feat when it comes to, because I remember मेरी दादी तो post office जाती थी and you know she used to send Rakhi, and now बेटा भेज दो मेरे भाई को, and now you know that's exciting, and you guys are the ones who have started this journey in India, so I mean that's really exciting. How do you ensure कि राखी के पहले आपके सारी राखियाँ पहुँच जाए? Because that used to be, I have so many times मेरे घर में till last year पापा की राखी एकदम end में आती थी. And then it used to come, you know, so that was like the beauty of that. So वो आप कैसे ensure करते हो कि time पे पहुँच जाए?
I think we worked a lot on on forecasting, data, technology. We use a lot of technology to actually get closer to the actual number of orders, the forecasting that happens, to get closer to it. And then how to make sure that, for example, people are ordering rakhis well in advance. But they want rakhis to be delivered, as you said, close to the date. Yeah. Close to the date.
Do you give an option to the customers?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
we do. Okay.
And we do get a lot of orders.
Right.
So now these orders start accumulating. Right. It's not like maybe other e-commerce where order आता जा रहा है, pack करते जा रहे हैं, निकालते जा रहे हैं, right? And there are sweets, chocolates, etc., right? Which we can't send a lot in advance.
Yes, of course.
Right. So we do plan it, right? And we obviously have historical trend as well, how people are ordering. Obviously now people are spoiled with quick commerce coming in, and that date is getting closer to the order date is getting closer to the occasion.
Event,
but we are able to forecast that, plan our production and delivery, everything accordingly, and we do it.
There are so many things that I want to understand, but before that, I want to understand the Interflora story. First, tell us that is Interflora an IGP brand or
no. Okay. So Interflora is a UK-based, more than 100-year-old company.
Okay.
Actually, it's a trivia that any sort of delivery that happened when the order was placed in one city and delivery was in another city, it was a flower bouquet.
Right.
It was back in 1923 when an order was via telegraph. The order was transmitted to another city, to another florist, and it was the Interflora network back then that they started doing it.
Wow.
They wanted to enter India, and they met us. They liked us, it seems. So yeah. So we obviously we didn't exactly understand back then what does it mean for Interflora to get launched in India.
Right.
We traveled to the West, we traveled to UK, Holland, and other countries, and we realized that Indian flower supply chain is
Broken.
decades behind
Really?
what's happening out there, and how do they maintain the cold chain and maintain the freshness of the flowers and give that 7-day freshness guarantee. So we were like, how to get it done in India.
Were you shocked with the initial conversations you were having?
It was as in, because again it was 2017 I guess when it was happening, and back then I think for every consumer a bouquet meant कि आज bouquet आया कल डस्टबिन में जाएगा.
हाँ, of course.
Right?
Bouquet क्यों भेजा यार? You know, my dad used to be like, bouquet क्यों यार? Bouquet कौन देता है? ये तो you know you are just going to throw it. और फिर उनमें मक्खियाँ भिन जाती हैं and you just want to throw it off. Yes.
Yes. So understanding how it is done there, and with Indian challenges in terms of logistics, supply chain, etc., how to replicate that here, it again, you know, made us pretty strong believe in that fact कि यार अभी हमें ही crack करना पड़ेगा. We started working very closely with growers. We still
directly from the source.
Yes, directly from the source, because we realized कि जो local market में flower आ रहा है, the way it is coming there, it needs to be better. So let's go to the source where it is happening.
Is India good when it comes to
Very good
when it comes to flowers, and
yeah.
like orchids are the biggest? I don't know. Like, can you give us some?
We grow roses the
Okay.
most. Roses, carnations. We grow lilies as well.
Is it a big exporter of any flower?
Yeah, we export a lot of roses.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of export quality roses never reach the local market because there is no enough demand for it.
Really?
So the best flowers get exported out.
Oh.
That's where we also saw the opportunity that, you know, let's work with these growers. Let's build the supply chain. We have these flower factories, or where
Kannur in.
So Kannur is small, but a lot of flowers are grown in and around Bangalore.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and in Bangalore we have one of these centers. It has huge cold room unit.
That is for like only for you guys, for IGP. Okay.
That is our own.
Oh, that's your own. Okay,
yeah.
Great.
So we have built that supply chain because there was no other way to send same flowers to all these 80 locations that we have. So all the flowers, they arrive here. They are nourished. There is something called as flower food. It's a chemical that enhances flower shelf life. So they are conditioned.
And what is the time duration from when they are plugged to delivery? Is there a time duration there?
So if the cold chain is maintained properly, any flower can stay easily for 10 to 15 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's
if the cold chain is maintained properly. And that's where we thought is where we have to step in and get this created.
And that is where the Interflora education also came into the picture?
Correct.
They helped you?
We learned a lot. We went there, we learned a lot, but the difficult part was they already had everything ready there. We had to build it here.
Right.
These centers that I'm talking that we made, it is actually ready there. Wow. Right. So we actually made huge cold rooms.
And you deployed capital also.
Yeah, we did. We had to.
Was it worth taking the bet?
Of course. Yeah. Of course. Because that, honestly, that is one of the reasons that customers, keep coming back to us, because we are able to provide that consistent quality every time. And until and unless you will again own that whole piece of supply chain, it will be very difficult. And now we work with growers. We tell them, let's grow these types of flowers. There is one flower, it's called a sweet avalanche rose. It's a very baby pink color rose. In Bangalore, it is called as Interflora rose.
Really?
Because we worked with the growers, and it became so popular, right? That the growers started calling it Interflora rose, right? So if you'll go there and ask your Interflora rose chahiye, I hope they'll give you that that sweet avalanche rose. But we worked a lot with them, and during COVID, when we started Interflora, we were importing a lot of flowers. When COVID hit, obviously the imports were not happening. But then we worked very closely with these growers, and they were very eager to learn, right? we started growing hydrangeas, we started growing different types of flowers, which initially we were
importing, yeah.
right? And now that supply chain is properly built, now we, our imports are reduced a lot. So it really feels good that we help these growers to grow these flowers, and create that demand locally, because they could have. So these were growing in very small quantities, but the demand was not there. So the demand was created, and
I remember when Interflora was launched in India, and I saw the bouquet. I'm like, wow! I was shocked, and I was like, now this is something I would love to gift to my friends and family, and not a bouquet which had like a green wrapping paper around it, और वो जाके जो हम school में अपने principal और teachers को देते. So then you guys really bought luxury when it came to flower delivery in India.
Yeah. Fantastic team effort, I would say. We have amazing team who curate this year after year, which flowers to use, which types of accessories to use to look, to make sure that, we bring that freshness to our catalog year after year. It is very challenging. It's not like 1,000 types of flowers that we can use, which are available in India. But
which city did you guys launch
in Mumbai.
In Mumbai. Or pehle, like, you launched it through your D2C portal. How did it happen?
So we launched its own website, interflora.in.
Okay.
Initial orders were very difficult to get. We were importing these flowers in a lot of excitement, and it was difficult.
How many orders did you get, like, the first time you guys launched? You remember the data? Anything?
I think when we launched, it started, I think first order came the same day, because there was an event. So obviously people started ordering. So it was like 4 or 5 orders that we got that day. And in the next 1 month, we were...
What was your average selling price then?
2,000 rupees. It's now 3,000 rupees for
2,000 ke log order kar rahe the flowers?
Yeah. So Interflora is at 3,000 average order value.
Wow. I mean, that's huge coming from a country like India, where we are very...
So it's a obviously it's a luxury offering, and the target audience is also
very different.
Very different. So yeah, but.
And now, what you get, like, what is your peak days when you get like the most number of orders when it comes to Interflora? Is it Valentine's Day or is it Rakhi?
No. So there are 4 to 5 major festivals that we see throughout the year. And so it's Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Rakhi.
Mother's Day is huge, huh?
Mother's Day is equal to Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah.
In India?
Yeah. In
wow,
India.
okay.
Yeah. People do care.
I have not given my mom flowers, so now maybe next time. Okay,
So, but yeah, the complaint rates are 2 times in Valentine's Day.
Oh, really? That's actually a very good ask, and
because despite Mother's Day, it comes in summers, in May, right? North में तो बहुत गर्मी होता है, and it's a nightmare for us, honestly, to get flowers delivered in that May heat in the north. But yes, we end up having more. People are more finicky when it comes to their girlfriends or wives. Okay,
so yes. As you mentioned, Ankur, ki Mother's Day पे और Valentine's Day पे equal amount of orders आते हैं, but Valentine's Day पे ज़्यादा complaints आती है. So tell us about the complaints, tell us about the crazy, और ऐसा होता है कि एक बंदा 3-4 लड़कियों को flowers भेज रहा होता है. Do you guys see that data?
No, we don't see that data. But Valentine's Day is more complex as well, honestly, because it's not just one day, it's the whole week.
Right.
So it starts from Rose Day on 7th of Feb, and the whole week. There is Chocolate Day, there is Teddy Day.
And you guys cater to all the days.
Yeah, we do. And so it's pretty tedious the whole week, it is exhausting, because we have to build that additional manpower. As I said, everything is made to order. Now, and the peaks are like 10 to 20x of what we do on a regular day.
Wow.
So.
And when does the planning start for this? January onwards?
No, November.
Really?
So next month we will start. So honestly, a lot of groundwork has already started happening from now. that because a lot of learnings we get once any festival.
10 साल से कर रहे हो फिर भी learnings in terms of
Every time there is always something that we want to improve next time. So we start planning for it. The sourcing of flowers starts happening by October, November, because you have to block these many roses. So we work with the growers and we decide that on these dates, because Rose Day would be there and other smaller days, then Valentine's Day. So
Rose Day and Valentine's Day are the main 2 days of
They are the main
flowers.
2 days of flowers. Rose Day is almost 50% of Valentine's Day. It is also pretty big.
Right.
So when should the flowers be cut for Rose Day and sent to us, and so that we have that time that we can distribute all these flowers to all our stores, and same for Valentine's Day. And because the volumes are so high, the raw material is also very high, and we have limited space in our store, so we will have these cold trucks which would be parked outside all the stores, which will be storing flowers.
You have your own standalone stores also? Interflora has their own stores in India?
Retail, right?
Retail.
There are 3 stores in Bombay.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have these cold trucks. A lot of manpower is being hired, is trained like a month before, so that we can have this production ready for Valentine's Day.
Wow. And which state has surprised you the most when it comes to, of course we know metros will do it, but other than metros, which are the states which have surprised you कि यार यहाँ से बहुत orders आ रहे हैं?
I think Punjab as a state, so Chandigarh, as in we later realized that it is the per capita income in Chandigarh is quite high, but we initially didn't think that Chandigarh will have so many orders. So Chandigarh and other cities in Punjab like Ludhiana, Jalandhar, Amritsar, these are also pretty
Ashik
big.
सारे वहीं बसते हैं. Is that what you mean?
And what we also realized, obviously during the course, that for example Valentine's Day is pretty big in Bangalore, in Hyderabad, in Bombay, but Mother's Day is pretty big, for example, in Punjab and in Lucknow.
What
in
about
Jaipur.
Delhi? You're not
Delhi, Delhi as well. Yes,
Yeah.
of course, Delhi. And obviously, it was because of the fact that a lot of NRIs who have gone from Punjab, their mothers are here,
Right.
and that's how we realized that okay, that is how this demand is coming, and obviously the per capita income there is the highest. That
So tell us, like, what has been the craziest story? क्या किसी ने truckloads of roses भिजवाए? I mean, that would be romantic.
Room full of flowers भिजवाए.
Wow.
So it was a huge order.
Was that a celebrity order? Can you tell us?
I won't disclose that. But it was, so we have these huge, on Interflora, we have these huge boxes which are full of flowers. So he ordered like 8,
and how many flowers are there in that box? In one box?
I think 500 to 1,000. So depending on the size of the box. So 500 to 1,000 roses go into that. And he had multiple of that. Then there was a huge box that he said, I want a customized bed of roses sort of a thing, right? So, and it was the whole room that we decorated with roses. It was
Do you think
huge.
celebrity photographers should stand outside Interflora and then see कि ये rose कहाँ जा रहा है? Who's dating who? Is that
they won't get to know कहाँ से fulfill हो रहा है.
Okay,
But
so,
it is. I think it is being adopted a lot amongst celebrities. A lot of celebrity orders do.
So you guys do hampers also, right?
Yes.
So hampers भी उतना ही बिकता है?
Of course, Diwali is all about hampers, for example. So.
And when did the planning for Diwali start? Like forecasting, planning?
So see, honestly, for us, the planning mode starts immediately after the festival gets
ends.
over.
Oh wow!
Right. So
I mean, it started with IGP. Now you are a house of brands.
Yes.
You have IGP as for the gifting portal.
Yes.
You have Interflora for flowers. And now you have Muska for chocolates, dry fruits. So सब कुछ खुद ही करना है. मतलब हमें we don't want to outsource. You want to keep the moolah in the company itself. Am I right? Or is this a good value prop for expanding your business also?
It is. It does help us, right? We have we initially tried to work with brands as well to provide us, but it gets challenging to control the production sometimes, So we thought let's have it in our control. Let us have control on innovation as well, because if it is in-house, then we can innovate better. For example, in cakes, now we wanted to do a fusion of sweets and cake.
Okay.
Right? So we came up with these motichur laddu cakes.
Oh, wow, wow.
Rasmalai cakes.
Okay.
Right? Now this could only happen if we are doing it in-house.
Because you knew this was a demand. There was a demand.
No, this was something that we also wanted to introduce.
Experiment,
Yeah,
okay.
we wanted to experiment. Let's do a fusion between. So we get to experiment if things are done in-house.
And how was the reception like?
It was amazing. It was mind-blowing. Motichur
Really?
laddu cakes. Cake sells a lot.
Will I get a hamper of motichur laddu during this Diwali from Ankur?
Yeah,
yes,
of
course. Great. I get to taste. But I have a question here. I have a question, like when you say motichur laddu, right? The first cake, motichur laddu cake or rasmalai cake, the first company it stuck in my mind was Bombay Sweet Shop, right? When you mentioned Muska, why is collaboration not the way with IGP?
Yeah.
That's my first question. Secondly, what is the customer's feedback to these products? And then, how do you compete against, say, a Bombay Sweet Shop when it comes to telling people that, hey, even we have a motichur laddu cake? I'm talking on a perspective of a customer.
See, I think, as I mentioned, we worked with other brands also earlier. And what happens is when it's our peak, it's their peak as well. And we have seen those challenges where the supply chain becomes a problem. And so we wanted to own the complete supply chain that we wanted to own. We wanted to own the complete supply chain so that we have control over the products. Obviously, we can do fusion. We can work with these brands, and we are in process of evaluating that as well. But the comfort that we get when everything is in our control, because as I said earlier as well, that when it comes to gifting, we really want to control the complete experience.
Right.
Right. So that's what.
And the customer feedback?
It is amazing.
Even for your chocolates?
Yeah. It is amazing.
And
I'll send you some.
Yeah. Then that's what I was coming to. Now, yes. But no, but do you have in-house chefs and in-house evangelists who are like talking about how do you grow a business? Because you guys are all tech folks.
And so we have in-house chefs, we have in-house flower curators, we have in-house florists, senior florists and designers. So everything is in-house. We have built that. And over the years, they have also grown in the system. So that ecosystem we have made, and that is what we have invested in. There is a lot of training that is required.
So skill development also happens.
Yeah, because
there's a training process, a training course that everyone has to do.
As I said, we are everything is made to order. It's not like
it's simple. A service industry.
Yeah,
right?
So it's a mix of product and service delivery as well, right? So every florist, it goes through a rigorous training program. So to be able to make an Interflora bouquet, for example. Right.
You work with freelancers also?
We do work, but a lot of, so we are now in process of creating this school where people can come in, roll in, take an Interflora certificate that I'm an Interflora certified florist, right? And we want to create that ecosystem because that's where, a lot of investment, it gets very difficult during festivals when you don't have a trained manpower available. Right.
Trained manpower.
Yeah.
Quick commerce.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. You've mentioned in earlier conversations that ab to sabko 10 minute mein sab kuch chahiye, right? Has that taken any slice of your business, or are you guys on Swiggy, Blinkit?
We are there on Swiggy, Zomato, Blinkit,
because
etc.
So I'll tell you what, and I'll complete my question. There was Ganesh Chaturthi festival right now, और अब मेरी बेटी के लिए कुर्ता चाहिए था, right? And I was the first one to order Instamart because I forgot, and I'm like, I need a white kurta and I need to send her to school, and there it was. And then I saw, and I've been seeing this during Bhai Dooj, and very nicely all these quick commerce apps are now adapting to Indian festivals. They are adapting to what are the cultures, local cultures of each state of India. Ganesh Chaturthi, Bihu, Lohri, everything, right? Has that taken any part of your business? Has it?
I think the offering is pretty pretty different. The average order value is pretty different, and as I said, we are on those platforms as well. So we are doing our bit there. But the main offering when it comes to it, so our main USP is combining heterogeneous categories together, right? And then provide it to a customer, right? There are obviously all these players out there who can provide a single category product. But if you want an hamper with flower, a cake, a personalized product, a photograph or something, and a utility product together, right? It gets very difficult, and that is what we are solving honestly for that. To provide that experience to a customer, that why only one type of product at a time. If you want, if it's a celebration at your house and you want a good hamper, which is a mix of a lot of categories, it should be available, and that is where we have invested a lot. Honestly.
And you guys have also you are also going the quick commerce route now. I have read it,
of course. The idea is to provide these gifts as quick as possible because we do realize customers have that need where even if they are traveling or they are going to someone else's house, they want a gift to arrive very soon. So we are working on that to provide that 30-minute delivery experience.
30 minutes delivery experience. Wow, yes. That's amazing. Now, when it comes to personalization of gifts, right, and when it comes to quick commerce, where is the sweet spot, or rather I would say where is that cumbersome journey ki yaar 10 minute mein bhi karna hai, personalization bhi chahiye. How do you make the customer happy? Because now the customer is spoiled.
Yeah.
He will either go to a Swiggy jo 10 minute mein order de raha hai, or he would come to an Interflora jo फिर भी 35-40 minutes because people are impatient. So how do you measure the gap? Or
I would say a personalized product in 30 minutes. That's where we are trying to fill that gap, right? Not compromise on the product as well and not compromise on the delivery time as well. So yeah, 30 minutes, but properly personalized, customized product.
And Interflora की जब आपने बात की थी तो आपने बोला था, there are a lot of weddings in India, right? You guys also do B2B weddings, and you guys
we do weddings, yeah. Interflora it has a big wedding arm. We have done a lot of high profile weddings in India. So yeah.
Any product which has worked really well in quick commerce but has and in certain cities but not worked in else, how do you segregate the products that you're going to put in one city and not in the other? For example, North will be very different from South. Their festivals are different. So, वो assortment कैसे करते हो? It goes into your planning, forecasting model.
Yeah. So we obviously do that. So obviously a product, for example, if it is Diwali that is coming up and the demand would be high in North. There are a lot of people who have migrated from North to a Bangalore, to a Chennai, to Hyderabad, and all these places. So the demand is similar. So we obviously target that market as well because Diwali is prominently a North-heavy festival.
Right.
If it would be a South Pongal or Onam and all these festivals, obviously there's a catalog for that we make, right? We forecast and we do local marketing. We take those efforts so we will have, for example, cakes also with Happy Onam and whatever local festivals that are happening, and a catalog that will be just for that festival. Okay. And so we do cater all these locals. There are, say, more than 70 odd festivals that are in a year.
In India?
In India.
Wow.
And on top of that, a lot of Western days that have now started booming. For example, it was Boyfriend's Day a couple of days back, I guess.
Really? Yeah. I forgot to give anything to my husband. Okay.
Yes, so, Husband Day is
okay, Husband Day is different. So yeah. you did get demand out of that?
Yeah, of course.
So now you guys also have to, apart from the Indian festivals that you guys see, you also have to see the international Western festivals which are now coming
picking up in
India. Yeah. Wow, and Friendships Day, is it huge?
Yeah, it is huge. Friendships Day, Daughters Day, Sons Day.
Oh my God, so many days.
Girlfriend's Day,
Too many days to remember. And
Grandparents' Day.
wow, so that is booming in India.
Yeah,
And
yeah, of
mainly
course.
in metros, or do you see this demand elsewhere as
It
well?
is majorly metro driven, but it is evolving in smaller cities as well.
Right. And tell me about weddings. Now, this is my favorite part, right? I know for a fact that Interflora has done weddings for like the largest weddings that has happened in India, and you are under NDA, so you can't take names. But I would love to know about the celebrity weddings that you've done, if you are allowed to speak about it. And what was the process like? How does that happen? If you could tell us.
Yeah.
about
So the names that I can take, we did Anant Ambani wedding. We did other very large weddings
Anant
as
Ambani
well.
wedding, which happened in Mumbai, which was like the largest wedding of India.
Yeah, that and at.
No, wait. Tell us the experience of the wedding. How did it come to you guys? What
at
happened?
Jamnagar as well. So we were there as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So the whole setup that happened.
Were you guys the only designers, or you guys?
There are more designers, and we were working with an international designer who had designed the whole concept. We worked with him in design nuances as well as complete sourcing and the execution of his imagination.
Wow, that was beautiful. We all saw it and loved it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And how did you feel when you got such a large account to be a part of Interflora? Were you involved in the entire process?
Yeah, we were. See, idea was, so it started happening in 2017-18 again when Interflora, we were importing a lot of flowers, and the demand was not there, and these flowers were going waste. They were getting spoiled. So we slowly started venturing out to provide these flowers to 5-star hotels. And then we started, can we do these luxury weddings as well, where these flowers and the Interflora experience of design can, the concept can be it can be used, right? So तो वहाँ से start हुआ.
Which was the first celebrity wedding that you did? If you can take names, you can.
It was the biggest wedding that we did in 2018 in India that happened. Quite an experience, honestly.
Were you prepared for the large scale of that event?
Honestly, we didn't realize when it was happening that what is coming on our way. But it was a huge project for everyone who was involved in that project. And it was our first at that level, honestly. So it was challenging, but at the same time, it was great fun. We imported millions of flowers. There is a flower called Vanda orchid. It's a very delicate and very good orchid flower, which grows in Holland. And I remember we bought each and every stem available in Holland.
Really?
For it, yeah.
Back in 2018?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So lots of coal trucks standing outside the venues, because we did realize that, we have gotten this project.
Do you guys book private planes or jets? How do you guys, please?
You can say almost.
Really?
Almost. It was not exactly like that, but yes, it was almost a plane full of flowers that came. Then there were, because our idea is to maintain the complete supply chain, right? So we had lined up all these cold containers outside airport where they were loaded. Then they came to the site. We had built cold rooms at the site. Wow. This was for the first time, as in from the guys that we were working with, they said कि पहली बार site पे हमने एक cold room बनाया where we were actually maintaining plus 4 degrees temperature that is required for flowers.
Wow.
So yeah, we did that. And
how was Anant Ambani's wedding? How was the experience of this? Because that has been the talk of town still, and it has been like almost 1.5 years. But the wedding was a celebration to some other level, and I'm so glad that an Indian, the Ambanis had given chance to Indian companies to.
I think they do. They give a lot of opportunity to locals, and it was great fun. Jamnagar was challenging because of the connectivity of that city, how to get the flowers there, how to get the manpower there, and it is kind of middle of nowhere, honestly. So, but they were pretty supportive in giving us whatever resources we required. So it was an amazing experience.
Wow, that's amazing. So
Yeah.
now you know who did the designing for the Ambani wedding, and he's sitting right here. Not the designing, but at least the procurement of the flowers. What else? What other celebrity weddings do you think that?
So we did Ranbir Alia at their house. We did Sid Kiara reception. We did.
Do you guys sit with the celebrities and do this, or how does it
We
work?
have a team. Yeah, they definitely work, and all the celebrities they have been lovely. They are also very much involved. They want to see what kind of decoration there would be. So yeah.
Yeah, lovely experience working with the
Yeah.
celebrities. That's amazing. Now, I'm also sitting in front of a celeb person
No.
who has worked with one such companies. But yeah, what has been your biggest nightmare when it comes to wedding decoration? Tell us that. Give us a good anecdote of this habit.
I'll give an example of one of the biggest weddings only. It was. So the nightmare is again, it is the logistics part of it, right? It was a plane full of flowers that was coming for the wedding. So say the wedding was on X date, and the flowers, obviously because they are fresh flowers, you can't have them a week before. So they were scheduled, the majority part of it was scheduled to arrive like 3 days before the event. And the next 2 days were to put them up, to nourish them and put them up. Now the plane which was carrying these flowers, there was some technical issue and that plane couldn't fly. And the next, and because the flowers were already on that plane, so the same plane apparently, or the similar plane had to be arranged, which took 24 hours.
Oh my God. And there are no flowers in the venue right now.
So there were no flowers, and telling everyone that, you know, the flowers are arriving late, and now you have to gear up because you will have one less day to actually put those flowers up everywhere. And everyone was like, okay, now nothing can be done. It is what it is. But we did, in that 24 hours, we planned it really well, that how all these flowers will be offloaded, and in which area they are supposed to go, how it will go there.
So the entire team stood up together.
Yeah. We stood up together, and as soon as the flowers started arriving, there was a lot of color coding on, you know, we had put stickers on the boxes, and there was like a chain of people that ye flower ye utra box, ye idhar gaya, ye box utra ye. So it was really beautiful that, you know, we were able to
come together
and get it done. But yeah, I think logistical nightmares are the only nightmares that happen during weddings also, and our peaks at IGP and Interflora as well. These are the only nightmares, because there would be some last minute surprises that would happen, and
always.
And
you were talking about personalization, right? So gifting relies on personalization, but is it like a money minting catalog?
No,
or
not at all.
No,
it is. See, ultimately, if a bouquet that is getting delivered, if it has, for example, if I put 3 fridge magnets, say if you're giving it to Farooq, right, and there are 3 good photographs of Farooq or you together, or your child, you know, and which are fridge magnets, which are part of this bouquet, it will make it more personalized, right? So that is how, you know, we thought, let us integrate these two things, right, where the personalization and the gifts can, you know, they can marry together and enhance the experience.
Yeah, and it makes more sense, I feel, because when it comes to gifting, picking up products, even in terms of cataloging and supply chain, which are not selling so much, actually causes a dent in your financial records. Rather, like a leather, just giving you an example, leather briefcase or a leather suitcase wouldn't be sold so much versus a fridge magnet, as you sold. So you also define the categories that you have to sell along, which is easier to deliver as well.
Yeah, that is also taken into account. But we have, you know, we have made ourselves very flexible and agile in a manner that कुछ भी product करना होगा ना, तो हम उसको restrict नहीं करेंगे. For example,
what is the wildest combination you have sold? Do you remember that?
So what happens is, अब जैसे Interflora में these guys curate a big bouquet which is on a stand.
Right.
Now how to deliver that?
Right.
So it goes in a cab. the flower would be separate, the stand would be separate, it will be assembled there on the site. So all these things happen because we definitely, and that is what wows the customer, right? So we have made ourselves in a manner that यार अपन मना नहीं करेंगे, पूरी fight तो मारेंगे कि यार इसको deliver करेंगे ठीक से. And it goes for products also. यार, this product has to be personalized, and if there is a conviction that this product can sell well, even if it's a leather bag, right? If there is a conviction that it can sell well, and personalization can, even sell it better, then we will do the personalization on it. And that's how we have made ourselves, जो हमारी capabilities even at our dark stores, is to personalize any kind of surface, any kind of...
You have a section there in your dark stores? Because dark stores are usually very small.
Yeah, we have.
Wow.
Yeah. So we can give a personalized product in 30 minutes in these 26 cities.
Wow, that's like really amazing. And how do you maintain this in quick commerce timeline? Like 30 minutes or wo actually deliver ho jata hai? Like you're personalizing the pen, you have some specialists sitting there in all these?
There are manpower, there are machines at all these dark stores.
That's also an investment, right? And then
that is.
And how do you decide that yaar ye nahi chal raha hai, we need to, because this is, I think, a dilemma of a lot of founders, a lot of team members where we
what happened with us...
let me complete my question. Sorry. Is it gut or is it data? What makes you realize that this product
is... We are a lot data driven company, honestly. We take a lot of decisions not via gut but looking at the data.
Okay.
Gut kabhi jata hai, it can go wrong, and the scale that we have reached right now, abhi hum itna afford nahi kar sakte to go wrong. So we are a very, kahan pe dark store bhi kholna hai na humko next, the process is very data driven.
Okay.
वहाँ पर कितने लोग, what is the target audience like, we will take that data. Are there other dark stores nearby of other companies? How many orders do we serve in the catchment, right? What is the rent? What are the rentals like? Would it be a profitable dark store going forward? Do we have that, that trend going in that catchment? So we look at a lot of data and then decide that यहाँ पे dark store खोलेंगे.
Got it.
Right. Similarly, when it comes to products as well, a lot of data goes that you can. So for example, we have a lot of machines in our warehouses, and we will launch the product there, send it by courier, see what is picking, what is not picking. And once we have some data around that product, okay, ये product तो चल रहा है. Now let's distribute it to all the dark stores, right? Not a pure gut feel, I would say, because फिर सामान भेजो, फिर वापस मंगाओ, फिर उसको, so it's a lot of money that getting wasted in that.
And what are the three things that you think that यार ये तीन चीज मत करना कभी भी? This is from an advice coming from a decade of working in the operations and supply chain of the large conglomerate that you have.
While so when it comes to gifting specifically, owning the experience is very important, right from the product and the delivery experience, but don't try to do everything. You can't do each and everything, right? Pick your battles, right? And take it one by one. It is very challenging if you go all out and try to solve each and every problem. That I have learned actually
the hard way.
Yeah, the hard way, that if you try to do too many things, it actually doesn't help. And gifting is complex. Gifting is complex because everyone wants an experience. There are emotions attached to it, so there is no margin of error there. So
be very mindful of where you're getting into. We have this section called Myth or Fact, and now you tell us, in gifting, faster is always better. Myth or fact?
Not always.
So it's a myth.
It's the perfect gift that should arrive. So if it's a cake that has been delivered but it's damaged, right, it's not worth it. So
choose Interflora and choose IGP always when you have to send your gifts and flowers.
Yes.
Great. Diwali is greater than Valentine's Day when it comes to gifting in India?
For corporates, yes. For normal B2C customer, Valentine's Day is bigger.
Okay. Midnight and 30-minute deliveries are loss leaders. Great for buzz, terrible for margin.
No, it's a myth. I think it can be done properly if planned properly.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Now, my final question to you, Ankur, would be, what's the weirdest last-minute request you actually fulfilled? And did it end happily ever after?
So there was a photo op wall that was supposed to be made with flowers, which was never in our scope earlier. And on the wedding day, we got to know that it was forgotten that we need a photo op wall to be made with flowers. And on the wedding day at 8 a.m., we get to know when we had wrapped up everything after sleepless couple of nights, executed everything, that we have missed it. And there was no one at the site, honestly. So right from arranging a carpenter to actually make a wooden wall, luckily we had flowers with us. So everyone came together. We had put up the flowers, and it came out really well. It was like, now the event is going to start, and we are still working on it. And when the guests started arriving, we were just clearing up, just running away from the spot. But yeah, we eventually did it.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much, Ankur. Now, Ankur, last words for everyone watching, right? And pitch us IGP, pitch us Interflora in 30 seconds.
So we at joint ventures, we want to make celebrations memorable, right? We are in that space, and we are trying to create brands, products, and services so that even right from your first salary moment to any major moment like your wedding, we can be part of that celebration. And we are working tirelessly to make it a good experience.
Wow, thank you so much, Ankur, for being here on Find Out with Ragini. I'm sure everyone who's listening has literally understood the importance of gifting, the importance of celebrations, and doing it on time. And I think you guys are the number one when it comes to...
I wouldn't say anything about that, but yeah, we are.
For us customers, you are. So thank you so much, Ankur, for being here on Find Out with Ragini.
Yeah, it was. Thank you so much, Ragini. It was great fun talking to you. Pleasure to be here.
जब तक मैंने अंकुर से बात नहीं की थी, तब तक मुझे पता नहीं था that गिफ्ट भेजना या चॉकलेट्स भेजना या फ्लावर्स भेजना एक इतना बड़ा प्रोसेस है. I used to think that just click a button and it's done. So next time you unwrap a gift or bite into something indulgent, remember, there is strategy, sentiment, and a bit of maska behind it. Huge thanks to Ankur for dropping such sharp insights. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep gifting happiness.